with that, Mr. President, I think I've already restated my main motion earlier, Mr. President. So I think it's time that we dispose of the
as judges on this impeachment court. Ang akin lang po, sana kung ganun po ang proseso na pipiliin natin, no, didesisyonan natin, gawin natin kaagad. Ako po ay taga Mindanao. Pareho po kami ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Kaya ako hindi naniniwala sa mga survey. Kasi the surveys were read wrong in May, what was that? May 12? May 12, 2025. All surveys were thrown out the window. And the real story was 7 of the 12 senators were not members of the alliance. So, of the national government. So, ibig sabihin, may mensahe po silang ipinapadala sa taong, sa lahat, sa buong Pilipinas, na kaming sa tagasulok ng Mindanao at Visayas ay meron din boses pagdating sa halalan. Pero bilang senador, Mr. President, we must do our constitutional mandate with due respect to all those concerned. Mandato natin sa Constitution yan. At nang hindi natin gagawin yan, ay bugbog tayo sa mata ng publiko. So that's why I agree with the Minority Floor Leader. Whatever the outcome of the trial, you end up voting. For one, I think it is a weak case, but I will reserve my judgment until all the evidence is presented to us, and then we will make the proper vote when the time comes. Pero ang punto dyan ay dadaan tayo, kailangan natin dumaan sa constitutional process that was given by our forefathers when they wrote the 1987 Constitution. Yun lamang po, huwag na po natin patagalin pa. At sa tingin ko, isa pang tanong ay pwede ba ito tumawid sa 20th Congress? Personally, I've said this to the media, I said, personally, I think hindi siya pwedeng itawid sa 20th Congress. Na kung pwede, pagdebatihan na natin yan ngayon. Kung gusto nyo, hanggang petsa 30 ng Hunyo, araw-gabi, nandito tayo. Pero kasi, meron pa mga constitutional questions with the Supreme Court. So, my point being is, let us follow our constitutional mandate of the Constitution. So I agree with the Minority Leader, but at the same time, I also agree with our colleagues, Mr. President, that proper procedure should be followed. Para pabilisan na lang natin yan. Para malitisan natin na maayos, mapakinggan natin ang mga ebidensya, kontra at pabor sa ating mahal na Vice Presidente, and then we make the decision at the proper time. But I don't think we can skirt from out. I love the Senate, Mr. President. I love this institution. And I don't want to see all the brickbats that are being thrown to us saying that we are not doing our duty. We must stand up, rise to this occasion, and do our duty. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Subiro. Before we dispose on the matter pending at hand,
Mr. President, I think Senator Grace Poe is seeking the floor.
Is recognized.
Mr. President, it's really, I think, beneficial for all of us to have heard also the opinions and also the research of our colleagues, particularly what was mentioned by both Senator Coco and Senator Risa, na it doesn't really matter what our personal opinions are with regards to the issue. What we are really trying to follow right now is what our mandate is, which is to actually make sure that we exercise this right to hear the cases on both sides. Eh, hindi pa na nga natin naririnig yung mga kaso dahil hindi pa nga napepresenta. Hindi tayo makakagawa ng mga desisyon ukol dyan. At saka kami rin po, hindi na rin kami aabot doon sa punto kung saan magkakaroon ng desisyon. Pero naniniwala ako na ito nga ay ating responsibilidad na dinggin Ngayon, ang tanong ko lang, kasi sinasabi palagi, no, alam naman natin, abogado si Minority Leader Coco Pimentel, na sinasabi niya, we cannot exactly say that this is the same as the rules of the court, because this is also a political exercise. Meaning, I also agree that it can continue. Kasi nga, di ba yung sa Senate Electoral Tribunal cases na natapos na yung isang Congress, ay patuloy pa rin yung mga kaso dyan. So, pero ang isang tanong ko, ewan ko kung may makakasagot nito, kasi di ba ang official date na matatapos talaga yung 19th Congress is June 30, di ba? So, is there anything in the rules that says that even if we adjourn on the 11th, na pwede pang ipagpatuloy yan kung if the Senate President, for example, makes a motion and then we vote on it? Is this something that can be continued until June 30?
Can still be taken up.
Kaya merong mga hearing.
Yes, up to, no, hindi na, non-legislative na kasi ang hearing, ang committee hearings, legislative pa rin yun. So a non-legislative matter can still be taken up. Pero may hangganan, up to, may hangganan yung kami, for example, na end of term, hanggang 12 noon of June 30 lang kami, 2025, pwede mag-participate sa non-legislative matters because our terms are ending or have ended.
No,
So-
that's exactly my point. So, you can still participate because it's a political exercise, not necessarily legislative,
Yes.
hanggang June 30.
12 noon, kami po mag-graduate na, opo.
Okay. Eh, paano yung mga hindi mag-graduate?
Well, no problem. Tuloy-tuloy.
Mr. President.
Because at a minute after 12 noon, actually, or a split second after 12 noon, the newly elected senators are joining you. Yung mga hindi gagraduate, they have by force of law joined the remaining 12 senators.
So, pwedeng tuloy-tuloy.
In my opinion, yes, pwedeng tuloy.
Hindi, pero paano ngayon? Kasi, di ba, mag-a-adjourn tayo sinadye on the 11th, right? So, ibig sabihin, wala nang mga hearings din nun kasi legislative matter yon.
The committee hearings pursuant to bills and resolutions, yes. Wala na po.
About investigations?
Wala na po.
Wala na talaga.
Wala na.
Okay. So,
May I,
that's
Mr.
just a
President?
clarification I wanted to make. Kasi minsan, pag nagkakaroon tayo ng break, di ba? Break tayo, pero tuloy pa rin yung mga hearings. Kasi, basically, that's still a whole term eh. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yun. So dito, in this case, sinidya tayo, no more legislative matters, but others can be tackled.
Yes, there have been Supreme Court cases ruling that the non-legislative function of the Senate continues even after the sine die adjournment of the Senate as a legislative body.
Okay, I guess this is something that we need to be, maybe
Yes.
the
Mr.
majority
President,
leader can
just to
clarify.
put some meat to
Senator
what the
Joel.
minority leader is talking about, I am not a lawyer, but as a student of history, the impeachment court is sui generis, a class of its own, and as mentioned by the minority leader a while ago, the Supreme Court decision, Pimentel Jr. versus Joint Congress, Mr. President, napakaklaro po doon that the adjournment does not necessarily affect its non-legislative functions. Doon po practices an impeachment
Pronouncing a carryover, may we know the exact page of the rule?
Maybe Senator Coco Pimentel, may you please answer the query of the majority leader, Mr. Minority Leader?
The exact provision, Mr. President. May we know the exact provision because I've been scrutinizing this for the last several days.
Are you referring to the rules of the Senate?
That would allow
As
a
mentioned earlier, Mr. President, yung suppletory, Mr. President, yung RIDIC's precedents and practices. Yun po yung binanggit natin,
Yes,
which is suppletory to the Senate rules as provided in Rule L, Section 135, Mr. President. Thank you.
yes, just a quick retort, Mr. President. If with the permission of Senator Grace Poe, still has me. floor. Just a quick return. Alam mo, Mr. President, lagi nababanggit yung i-clarify ko lang. Matagal ko nang gusto tong i-clarify ito. Meron daw mga Supreme Court decision ko nang gusto tong i-clarify ito. Meron daw mga Supreme Court decisions na sinasabi pwedeng ituloy yung non-legislative functions. Binabanggit yung Pimentel versus the Pimentel case, National Board of Canvassers. Meron pang binabanggit yung I think Francisco. Mr. President, let me just clarify this. President, let me just clarify this. For the sake of academic and scholarly good atmosphere for law students and members of the bar as well. Alam niyo po, yung mga binabanggit na non-legislative functions wherein the Supreme Court allowed the continuation way beyond the period of or the lifespan of a Congress refers to a periodically created constitutional ad hoc body. Alam niyo po yung National Board of Canvassers, pagkatapos ng isang eleksyon, presidential elections, nakalagay sa ating saligang batas, created talaga yon to count and canvass and to proclaim. Ganon din po yung mga ilang tribunals, yung mga electoral tribunals, etc., etc. Periodic, predictable, regular, constitutional ad hoc bodies. Kaya po, tuloy-tuloy yun kasi may command po ang Constitution, merong provision pertaining to this periodic create pwedeng tumawid. Kaya po ang sinasabi ko lagi, ang atin pong constitutional clock deadline is June 30. Dahil wala naman pong nagsabi na pwede tayong tumawid beyond June 30 as a Congress. Citations were made.
Concerning the British Parliament, the US Senate. Alam niyo po, yung British Parliament, the last impeachment case was held 1806. Yung po yung sinasite ng US Senate. Pero those bodies are structurally different from the Philippine Senate. Kaya hindi po tayo continuing. Pwede sabihin, partially continuing. We all cite cases with reference to continuing body words coming from decisions of the Supreme Court interpreting the 1935 Constitution. Ito yung sinabi ko last week na yung 1935 Constitution, ang eleksyon ng senador, 888. Meron lagi na iiwan 16. Ganon din po sa British Parliament na yung House of Lords ay naiiwan because lifetime po sila. Yung life peers, yung hereditary peers, yung religious peers, 780 members of the British Parliament, yung House of Lords, forever na po yun. Kaya continuing po sila. Yung po yung sinasite ni na Jefferson, yung po yung sinasite ng US Senate, kasi po, ginaya po nila yung US Senate, 100 senators, 67 naiiwan dahil 33 ang na ini-elect every 2 years. So, structurally different po ang Philippine Senate under the 1987 Constitution. Kaya, hindi po pwedeng tumawid. Sa mga nakikinig ngayon, nagkaroon ba ho ng dereliction of duty, remiss ba ho ang Senado? Hindi po. Naniniwala po tayo, sinabi kanina na sinimulan po ni Senate President. Ako nga po kanina, for the information of this body, para po magkaroon ng semblance of rules, sinabi ko, we can do this in 19 days. That we cannot carry over. We cannot allow a crossover or carry over because it is not part of the Constitution. We can only interpret the word as enshrined in the Constitution. I'm sorry, Senator Grace, I've taken much of your time.
No,
I just
actually-
responded to some queries, statements
No,
made a while ago, and just to spread this into the record before we again ask the good minority leader to perhaps rephrase his motion.
No, I think it's very important for us to hear all sides with regards to the matter. And what just to clarify what the gentleman from Cavite is saying, that sige, dinggin natin ito hanggang 30th ng June, pwede. Huwag lang tayo lalagpas doon sapagkat hindi na pwede.
Correct.
Okay, ngayon, ito yung tanong ko, yung sa respondent, meron siyang apparently 10 days para sumagot, di ba? Hindi pa na-file na ba sa Committee on Rules dito?
Not yet.
So, has she been notified already of what she has to face and has the 10 days started? Not yet, right?
Not yet.
Okay, so meaning, if let's say we start on the 11th, which is Wednesday, or even tomorrow, which is the 10th, so hindi pa talaga sila pwedeng humarap hanggang 20th. Kasi 10 days eh. Di ba? So, pwede ba tayo magkaroon ng hearing na yung respondent ay hindi pa ready with her reply? I mean, is there a process within the impeachment that does not require the respondent to be present yet? It's just a presentation of, I don't know, evidence. I mean, this is just a parliamentary query.
Meron po kasi magko-constitute nga as an impeachment court at manunumpa. Manunumpa yung Senate President as the presiding officer of the trial court. Manunumpa rin po lahat tayo.
So hanggang
as
panunumpa
members
lang.
of the...
How about the presentation of evidence? Pwede ba?
Wala pa ho. Wala pa ho. Yung presentation ng articles of impeachment to be done by the panel of prosecutors. Yung susunod-sunod, pag nagkaroon na ng joinder of issues after the submission of the answer, doon na po matitrigger po yung iba. Yung prosecution has the right to reply.
Oo.
Tapos sunod-sunod na po yun.
So ang ibig sabihin, after the swearing in and then the articles of impeachment, pero tama, pero the
Iniwan
actual,
nating nakatiwangwang.
Tama, but the actual discussions can't begin until after the earliest, the 21st. 'Di ba? Kasi wala pang response. Yun lang, yan. Yun lang.
Correct po yun. Pero yung sa yung submission of trial briefs, June 22, etc., until the rendition of a verdict, Mr. President.
Pwede ba yun? Parang budget, yung wala nang matutulong para lang tapusin yun?
Siguro po, kung with the cooperation and physical, kung papayag po kayo, kung papayag din po ang prosecutors.
No, but kasi I'm also of the opinion, okay? Well, first of all, we cannot make judgments right now.
Yeah.
And I feel that it is the right of the respondent to be able to defend herself.
Correct.
And in fact, we can never say whether guilty or not kasi di pa nga natin alam eh.
Correct.
And the respondent herself is saying na give her a chance also to be able to confront. I mean, she's confident about it. But I agree with the minority leader that kung yung Senate Electoral Tribunal, which is actually, of national interest, but maybe not as much as this one, na itatawid natin for other Congresses, and even in the U.S., natatawid din yung impeachment to the next Congress. I know what you're saying. There's no term limit in the U.S., pero I think, again, may mga nakausap akong members of who served before in the Supreme Court. This is a political exercise. It's not, I guess it's not bound by very strict rules of court. So, yun lang. But we appreciate what the minority leader is also raising because nga naman, I mean, these are two schools of thought, but we are all in agreement here that we cannot make judgments at this point, but we have to definitely hear it. Thank you.
We totally agree. Mr. President, the good Deputy Minority Leader is seeking the floor. I move that she be recognized.
With the permission of Senator Ontiveros, Senators Estrada and Gatchalian also raised their hand to be recognized, and they haven't been heard. Will the lady kindly
Yes.
yield to them?
I apologize, Mr. President. Senator Gatchalian, raised his hand first. I move that he be recognized with the permission of Senator Ontiveros.
Senator Gatchalian is recognized. What is your pleasure, sir?
Actually, Mr. President, I would be more than happy to yield to our good Deputy Minority Leader, Mr. President. Go ahead.
That being the case, the Honorable Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Salamat, Mr. President. Between Congresses, hindi po nag-distinguish ang Korte Suprema sa sinasabing periodic at saka non-periodic functions. Basta sinabi niya non-periodic functions tulad ng impeachment na ito, non-legislative functions ng Senado at ang mga ito ay hindi apektado sa shift between Congresses. Pero yun na nga po, yan ay isang desisyon na pwede nating kunin at a later point in the impeachment trial. Ang unang gusto lamang i-activate ng motion ng Minority Leader ay sa pamamagitan nga ng motion niya to convene at this very moment. And bago ko tapusin itong intervention, Mr. President, at ibalik nga sa motion ng Minority Leader, quick comment lang dun sa ni-raise ng good gentleman from Davao dahil nakabalik na rin sila sa floor tungkol po sa kagustuhan ng Pilipino, no, at iba pa dito sa usapin ng impeachment trial. Gaya ng sinabi ng Minority Leader kanina, hindi pa naman tayo nag-uusap ng conviction ba o acquittal. Pinag-uusapan pa lang natin yung pag-convene ng impeachment court. Kaya ano yung masamang maidudulot ng panunumpa natin. At ito, kailangan nating desisyonan. Yes, alang-alang sa taong bayan, lahat po tayo ay mayroong hindi lang karapatan pero responsibilidad, pag-isipan at pag-usapan ang taong bayan. So lastly, again, Mr. President, ibalik ko lang dun sa motion ng Minority Leader, which is simply and importantly to convene at this very moment. Salamat, Mr. President.
Senator Gatchalian is recognized. Thereafter, Senator Estrada.
Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, Mr. President. It's a brief manifestation, Mr. President. Dapat maintindihan ng ating mga kasamahan at ng ating mga kababayan na ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon ay hindi pa yung merits ng kaso. Hindi pa natin pinag-uusapan yung kaso mismo ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ang pinag-uusapan lang natin ngayon yung ating constitutional duty under Article 11, Section 3, Number 4, na kung saan pag na-transmit na sa atin ang Articles of Impeachment ng House of Representatives, Senado na po ang mag-hold ng trial. Ito po ang sinumpaang responsibilidad natin sa ilalim ng saligang batas. At ito rin po ang sinumpaan nating duty or solemn duty nung tayo po ay naging senador. Natatandaan ko nung 3 years ago, nanumpa tayo to support and defend ito po sa Asia, sa South Korea, kung nagkaroon rin sila ng impeachment process doon. Yung kanilang Pangulo ay na-impeach. At nung yun po ay nangyari, katulad rin po sa atin, marami rin po lumabas sa kalsada, marami rin po nagpapahiwatig ng kanilang saloobin, at mukhang magulo pag nanonood tayo ng telebisyon. Pero kung tatanungin natin yung mga investors, tatanungin din natin mga kaibigan nating South Korean, kampante sila na hindi mangyaring isang napakalalang gulo sa kanilang lugar dahil alam nila ang proseso ay nasusunod. Yung proseso ng impeachment sa kanilang bansa ay nasusunod. At ganun nga ang nangyari. No, nagkaroon ng pagdinig, na-impeach yung kanilang Pangulo, nagkaroon ng isang pagboto ng bagong presidente at ngayon, balik na sila sa normal. Kaya mga kasama, ang aking punto dito ay ang proseso ay napakahalaga para po maging matibay po ang sistema ng demokrasya natin at higit lahat magkaroon ng malinaw na pananagutan ang mga personalidad na binigyan ho natin ng tiwala para po manilbihan sa ating bansa. Hindi lang po ang impeachment ay hindi lang po limitado sa Presidente at Vice President. Kasama ho dito members of the Supreme Court, members of the Constitutional Commission, ang Ombudsman ay kasama ho dito. Kaya kung ano po ang ginagawa ho natin ngayon, ay ganun rin pong pananugutan na gagawin ho natin sa ibang personalidad kung sila po ay magkakasala. Kaya mga kasama, muli, ito po ay hindi na po nating desisyon o hindi na po nating choice. Ito po ay ang ating constitutional duty at ito po ay ang ating sinumpaan na responsibilidad nung tayo po ay naging senador. At meron po rin akong isang katanungan sa ating minority leader, no, ang movant nitong motion ho natin. May mga narinig rin po ako sa television kanina na ito pong articles of impeachment ay tila merong constitutional infirmity. At gusto ko siyang tanungin dahil hindi lang ho dahil siya po ay movant, alam ko nag-top rin ho siya sa bar once upon a time. Kaya gusto ko malaman gusto ko marinig ang kanyang opinion na meron ba hong kapangyarihan ang Senado para po desisyonan kung ang articles of impeachment ay dapat po dinggin o hindi dinggin dahil po sa mga komplikasyon
or the impeached officer to put all of his or her objections against the case against her in her answer to the articles of impeachment. Lagay niya lahat doon. So therefore, if that is now my answer to the gentleman, that means that we can resolve such an issue as the impeachment court. So tama yung motion ko. If there is such let's convene. Kasi actually it's really more compliant with the Constitution. As soon as possible, convene na natin yung court. And then ulitin ko, ang purpose natin today is for the presiding officer to take his oath, for the presiding officer to administer our oath, to call the case against the Vice President, and then we can come up with the calendar for the trial of the said case. So part na dun sa trial, sa calendar for the trial of the said case, kailan mag-a-appear ang House panel of prosecutors. Okay, if it will not touch the original plan of the Senate President, that means a Wednesday pa yun so June 11, Wednesday ng 4 p.m. But of course, we as a court, we can advance that appearance. Simple communication lang naman yun or notice to them to come here tomorrow. Kunyari, if should my motion prevail.
But such an allegation of that the articles of impeachment is constitutional infirm and therefore should not be heard, is that within the ambit or within the jurisdiction of the impeachment court to determine under the Constitution and also as well as under our rules?
Well, in the name of due process and to be fair to the respondent or the impeached officer, we should allow that person to put everything there, lahat ng objections niya against the case against her or him. So, lagay niya lahat doon. Ngayon, we can now debate now as a court. Ang reading ko kasi, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. We will not entertain any motion to dismiss because we should try. But at the end of the proceedings, when we make our judgment, we can, of course, incorporate into our way of thinking, in our reasoning, to help us come up with our final judgment or the judgment to the final question, we can use the arguments presented by the parties.
Thank you, Mr. President. Without going into too much detail of the procedures, like to thank the good minority leader for his enlightenment, and of course we respect his legal intellect, considering that he has topped the bar examination.
This August chamber. Aside from the Senate President taking his oath and the Senate President administering his oath to all of us, what will happen next?
Well, that means we have convened the court, and then we will have to ask our clerk of court if we have a case load. Call the case. The clerk of court, who is the Secretary of the Senate, will report to us that we have a case. And then, since we have already convened the court, we should take advantage of the convening of the court by coming up with the calendar for the trial of the said case.
And then after which?
After that, we will follow the agreed upon calendar.
So we will, this August chamber will convene as an impeachment court and will try the case during the vacation, during our vacation, because we are not deliberating on any legislative matter. Am I correct, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President. We will follow now the agreed upon calendar for the trial of the case. So, convene muna nga tayo ng court, then we will now talk about the details of the calendar.
So we will not discuss any merits of the case. Am I correct? For now?
For now, yes. For now. Yun lang po yung purpose nun. Let us say, four purposes, four objectives. So, why we can convene as a court, or why we should convene as a court today. Number one, the Senate President will take his oath as the presiding officer. Then we will take our oath before the Senate President. We will call the case against the Vice President, and we will now come up with the calendar on how we will try the case.
May I know
susundin natin yun.
May I know, Mr. President, what is the difference if we convene today, tomorrow, or on Wednesday?
Yes, Mr. President. Una sa lahat, Mr. President, alam nyo ba ang nakaschedule na bukas ay valedictory speeches? At saka, hindi na natin alam anong nakaschedule bukas. Ngayon, pag sinabi ng Constitution, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. Hindi ba mas compliant tayo, not only with the words, but with the spirit of the Constitution, if we now advance now the convening of the court at umpisahan na natin yung mga preliminaries or formalities na kailangan din naman natin gawin. Let us convene the court, Mr. President, kaysa sa nagla-last day pa tayo na may agam-agam pa on Wednesday. So, my position is, it is more in keeping with the spirit, I'm more concerned, I'm more compliant with the spirit and wording of the Constitution if we now convene as an impeachment court and do these important matters also in the organization of the Senate as the impeachment court.
The chair will relinquish my position in a while in order to speak in plenary, on the floor rather. But just to answer that point of the Honorable Mintel, kaya po in-schedule ang valedictory bukas dahil nakaschedule po yung impeachment nga dapat sa Wednesday. Mahabang usapin yun, kinilala namin yun, kaya bukas in-schedule yun. Kung gagawin ngayon, natural, huling araw yon sa Wednesday. Dahil hindi pa natin alam ng mga panahong yon kung kaya na nga ba ng hanggang Lunes na ma-ratify lahat ng mga hinahabol nating panukalang batas. Just for the record, and lest as persons be cast na magbabaledictory na kayo, hindi pa nyo ginagawa, because that was the schedule and nobody questioned it until today. So that was scheduled supposedly on that date. But just on that point, Senator Estrada may proceed.
No, I have no more questions.
Yes,
I think the Senate President has already voiced out his own opinion during one of his press conferences.
But I'd rather say it on the record here too, Your Honor. Senator Tulfo intimated to this representation his desire to speak on the matter as well.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a very short manifestation. Naalata ko kanina pa tayo back and forth, para nag-aaway na tayo dito. To solve the impasse siguro, we'll have to put it in a vote, whether to convene today or tomorrow. Somehow we have to convene come what may. Magbutuhan na lang tayo para matapos na. Baka abutin tayo hanggang madaling araw, hindi pa rin natin napag-aalaman kung ano talaga ang dapat gawin natin. Let's do it. Let's put it in a vote. Tonight ba tayo magbotohan or tomorrow? I mean, magbubutuhan tayo whether we convene today or tomorrow. That's it, plain and simple, para matapos na ang problema natin dito ngayon.
Duly noted.
Today or Wednesday? Kasi there are senators who want it to be on Wednesday. May mga senador na gusto ngayon. Let's put it in a vote. Pero somehow we have to convene come what may. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
We will, Your Honor, being a members who wishes to add to the discussion or debate, Chair would like to ask permission to relinquish the chair so that the chair can go down and speak also on the same matter. Session is suspended.
Session suspended.
Deliver a manifestation. The Honorable Senate President is seeking the floor.
The Senate President is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, distinguished Majority Floor Leader. With the permission of our colleagues, ilang bagay po ang nais ko sanang sabihin, paumanhin. Dininig ko muna ang posisyon at opinyon ng bawat isa bago ko pinagpasahang bumaba mula sa kinakaluklukan at kinakaupuan ko at sagutin ang ilan sa mga puntong ibinigkas nitong nagdaang ilang oras na. Una, nasabi na maikli lamang naman ang panahon ang kailangan gugulin para dito, bakit hindi pa ginawa noon? Hindi ba't obvious na nakita po natin itong nagdaang magtatatlong oras? Na oras na pinag-usapan natin ang impeachment, mahaba ang diskusyon. Hindi ito simpleng 30 minuto lang sa pag-issue ng summons dahil kailangan pahintulutan at payagan ang mahaba at malayang debate. At bago po ako lumayo, nais kong pasalamatan ang aking mga kasamahan dito sa Senado para sa isang maayos, civil at naaayon sa rules natin na diskusyon at debate. Ayon na rin sa sinumpaan nating tungkulin na pagpasahan ng lahat ng bagay nang naaayon sa ating paniniwalang tama at nararapat nating gawin. Hayaan mong simulan ko po ang ilang mga binanggit. Mr. President, Your Honor, I wrote the members of the Senate on February 24, 2025, outlining the basic reasons why we cannot, as of yet, schedule the impeachment complaint. Much has been said about the term forthwith, which I wrote to each and every member of the Senate. Mr. President, Your Honor, we are governed not only by the Constitution but also our rules. We are governed as well by precedents. We are governed as well by decisions of the Supreme Court pertaining to this matter. Allow me to, for the record, cite a few regarding this matter, lest they may think that it is only a one-sided opinion with respect to their definition of forthwith na agad. Filed by one member, dapat po immediately, hindi po forthwith, immediately, i-transmit ng Secretary General sa Speaker. Nakalagay din sa sariling rules ng Kamara. Ang Speaker dapat sa loob ng 10 araw i-refer sa Committee on Justice. Bakit mahalaga yon? Dahil sang-ayon sa desisyon ng Korte Suprema sa Francisco case, dyan magsisimula ang 1-year ban sa pagsasampa ng pangalawa, pangatlo o pang-apat na impeachment complaint. Hindi yan ginawa ng Kamara. Sa katotohanan, hanggang nag-adjourn tayong lahat bilang Kongreso noong February 5, hindi yan ginalaw ng Secretary General sa kabila ng magkatabi lamang naman ng opisina ng Secretary General at ng Speaker. Sasabihin marahil ng ilan, tapos na yan. Lumipas na yan, tulad ng sinabi ni Senator Coco, wala na tayong magagawa dyan. Nandun ako. Pero may katanungan akong iiwan bago nating lisanin ang puntong yan. Nasaan yung mga nagre-reklamong dapat agad-agad?
Nasaan yung mga nagsasabing ngayon na, wag nang pagpaliban, ba't ba dinedelay? Inupuan po na mahigit 2 buwan, magtatatlong buwan nga ito. Hindi inaksyonan. Wala naman ako narinig na nagreklamo na nasa na yung agad-agad. Sa kanila nakalagay immediately, may takdang araw pa. Yan ang paksa ng petition sa Korte Suprema ngayon na inihain ni Vice President Sara Duterte kaugnay sa pag-iiwas sa tinatawag niyang 1-year ban na nakasaad sa saligang batas. Now let me proceed to forthwith. I quoted this in my letter to all the senators. Forthwith, citing various cases, Mr. President, Your Honors, means within a reasonable time, which may be longer or shorter period according to the circumstances of a particular case. It means it is elastic in nature and varies with every case. Quote, it may be modified by circumstances and the nature of the duty to be performed. Marami po nagsasabi ng opinion na agad-agad. Kung gaano karami po ang abogado, kung gaano karami po ang marunong at magaling, gaano din kadami marahil ang kanilang interpretasyon. Pero nasaan ang probisyon ng saligang batas, desisyon ng korte nag-iinterpreta doon na nagsasabing agad-agad nga ang ibig sabihin yan, samantalang hindi naman agad-agad ang interpretasyon ng salitang immediately ng Kamara. Kung talagang immediately ang gusto, edi sana ang sinulat ng mga nagsulat ng konstitusyon, immediately din tayo. Yung immediately nga ng House, hindi yun ang interpretasyon, tapos tayo ganyan. If the prosecutors themselves, the complainants themselves were not that interested and sat on these complaints for over 2 months, tayo bigla ngayon, mamadaliin nila habang nagpabanjing-banjing sila ng mahigit 2 buwan sa mababang kapulungan. Pangalawa, bagaman tama si Senator Pimentel at ayon ang impeachment court bago ito magpatuloy habang recess. Maraming nagsabi, mag-trial na tayo, mag-convene na tayo, sumampa na tayo habang recess. Sa pananaw at palagay ko, labag yan sa saligang batas. At dun sa mga talagang gustong matanggal si Vice President Sara Duterte, dun sa mga galit sa kanya, inis sa kanya at gustong madali itong impeachment, para mo lang dinagdag, binigyan siya ng dagdag na balang questionin ito sa Korte Suprema. Dahil hindi po pwede yan. At hindi po ako papayag na mangyari at gawin yan dahil lamang gusto nila at nagmamadali sila. Sinabi ko na sa simula pa lang ng impeachment process na ito, 1 linggo matapos i-file yan dito sa Senado, 2 oras bago tayo mag-adjourn sa huling araw ng ating sesyon. Sabi ko, hindi ako makikinig, susunod o magpapadala sa sino mang pabor sa impeachment at ayaw kay Vice President Duterte. Hindi ako magpapadala sa ayaw sa impeachment at gusto si Vice President Duterte. Trabaho ko bilang tagapangulo ng Senado, hindi nga lang ako, trabaho nating lahat, na maging pantay at pareha sa ating pagtingin. Yan ang rason, hindi naman tsamba lang yun at nagkataon. Yan ang rason kung bakit ang babaeng sumisimbolo ng hustisya ay nakapiring. Wala dapat tinitingnan o tinititigan. Wala dapat kinakampihan dahil lamang nagkataong ganun ang nangyari. At dahil nagkataong ayaw ko siya ganyan ang gawin nyo. Let's go back to presidents, Mr. President. 3 lamang na impeachment complaint ang naitawid ng Kongreso patungo sa Senado na inabutan ko na matapos ang 1987 Constitution. 3 po lamang. Ang impeachment complaint laban kay dating Pangulong Estrada, ang impeachment complaint laban kay Chief Justice Corona, at ang impeachment complaint laban kay Ombudsman Gutierrez. Hayaan niyo pong isa-isahin ko. Isinampa ang impeachment complaint laban kay Pangulong Estrada magno-Nobyembre. Noong nag-recess ang Senado, tumigil ang trial. Nag-resume sila pagkatapos ng recess. May nagreklamo ba? May nagsabing, uy, portwida. Yan ang president ng Senado. Nung nag-trial at hindi binuksan ang second envelope, yun yung maalala, nag-walk out ang prosecutors, hindi na bumalik. Anong ginawa ng Senado? Wala ng prosecutor, wala ng interesado, dinismiss forthwith yung impeachment complaint. Dahil nawala na yung prosecutors. Tama nga naman. Hindi na pala interesado yung mga prosecutor, ano pang gagawin ng Senado magtawag ng hearing? Sa kaso ni Chief Justice Corona, sinampa 5 araw bago mag-adjourn ng Senado. Nagsimula ang trial pag-resume pagkatapos ng Christmas break. Pero bago mag-break o habang break, nag-issue ng summons, nagkasagutan. Yun naman talaga yung balak natin pag-resume nitong 2 linggong ito. Yun lang, Mr. President, mga kasamaan. Ang kaisa-isang impeachment complaint na nasimulan at natapos ng Senado. Yung pangatlo impeachment complaint ni Ombudsman Mercy Gutierrez. Final yan 3 araw bago mag-adjourn ang Senado sa kanyang regular recess, walang eleksyon nun. Nung nag-resume, dun lamang sinet ang trial. But by way of precedent, the Senate did that. So if you look at the past presidents of the Senate, nagawa po nila yon, pinagbotohan po nila yon. Without convening the impeachment court. Wala pong nagsabi, hoy, inaabandon na ninyo ang inyong constitutional duty nung ginawa ng Senado yon. Paano po yan, Ginoong Pangulo? Pagsang-ayon ba ang karamihan o ng pinakamaingay o matatalino sa ating bansa? Okay lang. Pag hindi sila sangayon, hindi na okay. Bugbog ka na. Bugbog na institusyon. Dapat may gawin na tayo. The Constitution, the rules, and the precedents, Mr. President, do not change simply because a group says otherwise. Balikta naman pa natin. Yung isang naudlot na impeachment complaint laban kay dating Chief Justice Davide. Karamihan sa mga civil society groups tutol doon sa impeachment complaint na yon. Tungkol sa corruption din yon. Tungkol sa pag-aabuso din ng poder yon. Parehong mga grounds, dahil yun naman ang ground ng impeachment talaga eh. Anong sinabi nung halos parehong grupo ngayon na gusto ang ulo ni Vice President Sara? Ay, masama yung impeachment yan. Hindi yan dapat i-file. Dapat i-dismiss nyo yan. Mabuting tao si Chief Justice Davide. Nagsalita pa ang mga miyembro ng Senado noon. Kahit padala ng Kamara sa amin, hindi namin tatanggapin yan. Sinabi din po ng Senado noong mga panahon yun. At saka busy kami sa budget. Kailangan muna namin unahin yan bago yan. Babalik ko ang katanungan. Nagbabago ba? Depende kung sinong may gusto. Hindi ba dapat kung ano yung pamantayan at batayan kaugnay ng impeachment complaint, sino man ang nasasakdal? Pareho at parehas ang pagtrato natin. Ngayon, kaugnay ng kasalukuyang impeachment complaint, nakalagay po sa rules ng Senado, ang impeachment proceedings dapat i-refer sa Committee on Justice. Ang ginawa ng Senado, bagaman pareho ang rules natin na bahagi ng ating President, ni-refer sa Committee on Rules na siyang naging hudyat para buuin ang impeachment court. Sa Estados Unidos, kung saan natin kinopya ang karamihan ng mga provision ng ating impeachment rules, ang mga miyembro ng Kamara na nag-hire ng impeachment o mga prosecutors, sila ang nagbabasa niyan. So, nung nakita po namin sa parte ng Secretariat, yung President na yon, nung nakita po namin yung provision na dapat sa Committee on Justice i-refer, sinuggest namin na basahin yung Articles of Impeachment ng prosecutors mismo. Sa Senado, hindi pa sa Korte. Para magsilbing hudyat yon ng pag-convene ng impeachment court at panunumpa ng mga judges ng impeachment court. Yung po sana ang nakatalagang gawin sa June 11. Nasabi po ni Senator Villanueva, ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba? June 2, June 3, June 5, June 4, June 9, June 10, June 11. Kung susundan natin ang ginawa ng mga ibang impeachment. Doon sa nagsasabi na may mga private prosecutor naman na i-appoint ang Kamara. When with the principal goes the agent because the authority of the principal ceases by June 30. So, napag-usapan, tatawid ba ito? Tatawid ba ito sa susunod na Kongreso? Kung gaano rin karami siguro ang senador, ganong karami din ang opinion. Kung gaano karami ang abogado, ganong karami din ang magaling nilang basehan kung tatawid nga ba o hindi. My position is that it will. Mr. President, Your Honor, allow me to read a portion of the deliberations of the Constitutional Commission on this matter. Delegate Aquino, because I would proceed, quote, from settled jurisprudence that impeachment proceedings are essentially judicial in nature, such that it follows that when the legislative chamber undertakes these proceedings, it sits as a court of justice, and therefore, it is not bound by the rules of legislative sessions. It cannot adjourn. Assuming that the session is adjourned, impeachment proceedings should not in any way be affected by the adjournment of the session. Delegate Romulo. That is not precluded from our proposal. If the Commissioner wants to make it explicit and to suggest amendments to that effect, I suppose I would not object. Our thinking is that if the Commissioner's premise is that it is like a court of justice, maybe an adjournment of the hearing will certainly not preclude it from continuing the proceedings on some other day. In other words, it could not lose jurisdiction just because of adjournment. Add to that, Mr. President, what the minority leader said during earlier sessions we've had. Hindi porkit pinalitan yung judge, dismissed agad lahat ng kaso at magsisimula uli. Ang prinsipyo pa ng batas na nagsasabing anumang sinimulan, dapat lamang tapusin. Plus ang president natin, kaugnay sa SET, na tumatawid yung kaso sa SET, bagaman nagpalit ng Kongreso, bagaman nagpalit ng mga miyembro ng Senado at maestrado ng Korte Suprema. Now, allow me to state a few more things before I yield the floor. Mr. President, Congress, in my mind, compliances need to be made in order for this to be done. As a last point, Mr. President, Your Honor, oo nga po at marami nagpapahayag na opinyon at maraming sinasabi laban sa Senado at higit pa sa sinumang miyembro ng Senado laban sa inyong lingkod. But I consider that as part of the burden of leadership, Mr. President, Your Honor. Bahagi yan ng trabaho bilang tagapangulo ng Senado na balikatin kung anumang pagsubok, anumang pasanin, anumang patutsada na ibabato sa Senado o sa tagapangulo ng Senado kaugnay ng ginagawa o di nito ginagawa. Pero alalahanin din sana ng ating mga kababayan, bagaman karapatan nilang sabihin at magsabi ng kanilang nasa sa loob, tulad ng paggalang na ginagawa natin sa mga nagpapahayag ng kanilang opinyon sa labas lamang ng Senado. Para po sa akin, lahat po ito ay welcome at respetado ko dahil sa isang demokrasya, importante ang malayang pagpapahayag ng opinyon. Sa isang demokrasya, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi naman pwedeng nagkakasundo tayo sa lahat ng bagay. Sa isang demokrasya, tama lang, okay lang at dapat lang na magkakaiba tayo ng pananaw basta't hindi tayo nagsasakitan, basta't hindi tayo nag-aaway o dumarating sa punto na magkakasakitan. Malaya tayo makakapagdebate pero sa dulo, tulad lamang ng nakarang eleksyon, pagbobotohan po natin ito at ito'y masesettle sa pamamagitan ng botohan. Sino man ang manalo sa botohan, hindi nangangahulugan tama. Sino man ang matalo, hindi nangangahulugang mali. Iyon ang gusto ng nakararami. Gayon din sa mga opinyon na inihahayag sa ngayon. Hindi porkit yan ang tingin ninyo, tama na kayo. Hindi porkit na hindi sang-ayon ang ibang tao sa inyo, mali na sila. Hindi po ganun yun. That I am not, or anyone here in the Senate is not on your side, does not mean that they are wrong and you are right. Only history will be the judge of that. Kaugnay naman ng mga legal na opinion. Dapat ganito, dapat ganyan, ito ang forthwith, dapat ngayon na, dapat bukas, pwede sa Miyerkules. Ang pwede lamang po naman magpasya ng legalidad niyan ay ang Korte Suprema. Hanggat hindi po nangyayari yan. Malaya tayong pwedeng debate, Senator Tulfo earlier, at some point in time, we will have to put this to a vote. And as I believe, we will put this to a vote in the next few minutes. Hiling at dalangin ko. Ano man ang maging resulta na ninanais ng mas nakararami, galangin ng kada at bawat miyembro ng Senado. Dahil sa dulo, tagapangulo man ako ng Senado, batikang senador ka man o baguhan, tigi-tigisa lang po tayo ng boto. Pantay-pantay po tayo pagdating sa kapasyang ito. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pasensya, sa oras at paumanhin kung medyo mahaba-haba po ng konti ang aking mga sinambit na salita. Salamat po at salamat sa pasensya at sa oras na binigay ng ating Minority Floor Leader.
Maraming salamat, ang Pangulo natin Senado, punong mayorya, Majority Leader. Session suspended.